How would you react if somebody called you ignorant, uncivilized, uncouth? You're such a village pumpkin. You'll probably get very upset. Yet, those actually are the correct words, the correct adjectives to describe a person who has bad table manners, someone who lacks dining etiquette. For those who haven't met me before, my name is Anisia Mwaniki. I'm a lawyer by profession, but on this channel, I talk about social etiquette, which is the art of trying to behave correctly in different social settings. Today, I would like to address myself specifically to professionals and business people of whatever age, young, old, not so old, not so young, everyone. Reason being that this is a topic that they cannot afford to ignore because already they are exposed to those things, those details that make up for the dining etiquette. And like I often say, is that we are often faced with situations and things that we are expected to know, yet we were never taught. It can be very overwhelming. It can be very intimidating. I know what it is to go through that. Yeah. If you hear me talking about social etiquette, it's not because I always knew. I grew up in the countryside. I didn't know what it was to be eating with a fork and knife every day. I didn't know about drinks and their names and when and which one to take. I was thrown into a situation where I had to learn it from the deep end. Luckily, it's an area that I took personal interest in. And of course, over time, you learn. Yeah, and you're comfortable with it all. Also, because of my profession, I'm often in situations where I'm mingling and mixing with professionals of different categories and different professions and business people who often in those settings of seminars, conferences, business lunches, business dinners, and so on and so forth. So it's something that I know what it is, to experience firsthand. And for me, because I've been lucky to have that exposure, you kind of feel the pain, for the people who are fumbling with it or getting embarrassed, because I know what it is to get embarrassed and to feel totally intimidated about things that you don't know. That's why my call always is give yourselves time to learn. Let's give ourselves time to learn, because many of these things we are not exposed to. They are not part of our culture. We didn't grow up doing it for most of us. So we've had to learn. And even for those people who you think are out there and they know it all, they don't. They also learn. They may know the basics, but they also have to take their time to learn the details and the different things. Just think that if you're a professional, a business person out there who is already exposed to things, and for example, that you can't identify the things that are at table, for example, to distinguish the different crockery and cutlery, that I'm able to say, this is a wine glass, this is for white wine, this is for red wine, or this fork is for the dessert, this is a dinner knife, this is a soup plate, for example, this is a dinner plate, this is a side plate. If you can't identify that, it's about time. Yeah. You told yourself, let me give myself time to learn. If you go for a drink, for example, and you're still one of those ones who think that sweet drinks like amarula are for women and you can have your beer as a man, yeah, there's still a lot of learning to do, that you have not distinguished the alcohol content of, for example, of a beer which is 4%, and that of Amarula, which is, I think, 17%, because it just means that you have not been able to distinguish between an aperitif drink, a wine, and what you call a digestive drink, like the liqueurs, like Amarula, for example, the one I'm giving as an example. So just stop and give yourself time to learn. And then it doesn't even take that long. It's a question of practice, I know. Give me just 1.5 hours for starters, and you can get the basics, whether it's in your family, at your workplace, in your professional group, in your social group. Take time, to take the training, the basic training that you can have, because it is available, it is possible. And my call again is, let's keep learning, because whatever we know that there is, that we know, whatever it is, just think of anything that you know today, yeah? It's because you took your time to learn. Beginning from the time we were kids, when we had to be taught everything, we learned everything, from walking to talking to everything, yeah? So now that we are adults and we have the choice, let's give ourselves time to learn. And like I said at the beginning, for professionals, for people in business, you cannot afford to think that this doesn't matter, because it does matter. It will make you more comfortable. It will make your stay, your company with in the company of others more pleasant. And certainly knowledge always gives us an edge. So let's keep learning. You can contact me on whatever. You have my contact, and I can also give you my email contact for those who would like to organize for some training. It really is worth it. Bye. I'll see you in my next video.